Hello, hello, hello. This is Marie's Message 411 TV. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Welcome to all my subscribers that have been with me since the beginning. For all my new subscribers, I ask of you to go and check out my previous videos on my channel in order to get acquainted with the channel. I want to say welcome to everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. This episode of Marie's Message is about the narcissistic attack, the separation anxiety and narcissistic attack. Okay, let's look into it. There's a way I can describe it where you can kind of understand it. A narcissist having a separation anxiety attack is similar to a child having a temper tantrum. And so if you've had any experience with the narcissist or the experience of having a small child who feels entitled, who will never accept no, who will throw a tantrum and cause chaos whenever they can't get their way. So the narcissist behaves similar to the child when it comes to throwing a tantrum. And so their tantrum consists of gaslighting. Their tantrums consist of separation anxiety attacks. And what I notice with narcissists is that the more you resist them, the more you say no and fight against what they want, the more you stand up for yourself in the relationship or in the family dynamic, the more intense the attacks will be from the narcissist. Because the narcissists feel the fear of losing control of you. And in order to keep you in control, they feel they have to throw a tantrum, make a lot of noise, be violent, be intimidating, do scare tactics in order to bring you back under their subjection. A narcissist's biggest fear is that you will leave them or they will lose their supply. So if you are in the relationship for a long period of time, you will start to notice a pattern. When you don't resist against the narcissist and you are in fear of them and you submit to them and go along with them and do whatever they want you to do to please them, their evil that they impose upon you, their anger and manipulation that they impose upon you is at a lower level. But the moment that you begin to come up against whatever they request or whatever they desire, the minute that you begin to say no and set boundaries and stand up for yourself is the moment that you're going to get the most fight, the most resistance, the most anger out of that narcissist. And each time they throw a tantrum, the tantrum has to be worse each time. They have to be more violent than the last time. They have to be louder than the last time. They have to be more destructive than the last time. It escalates and escalates and gets out of control. So, in the narcissist's mind, everything is one-sided. It's all about pleasing them, what they want, what they need. There is no reciprocation. There is no reciprocity. It's a one-way relationship. So keep that in mind. Now, my experience with a narcissist and seeing how he behaved during times when I had to go out of town, I really didn't pay attention and put it all together until after I went no contact. Before I started to realize that there was a pattern of my partner acting out and throwing a tantrum every time that I was separating from him to go out of town for whatever reason. Every time leading up to me going out of town, maybe a week or a couple days before I would go out of town, he would start having conversations with me about me going out of town and meeting up with someone else, and I'm cheating. And so I had to go through this whole reassurance leading up to me leaving for me going out of town for that week, to reassure him that there was no cheating going on, that there wasn't someone else, that I wasn't leaving him. Mind you, all my things are still in the house. I'm only packing a suitcase or a carry-on bag to go for a couple days or a week to go and visit my family. But I noticed every time that I would get ready to go to visit my family out of town, he would start a big argument with me out of nowhere. And the gaslighting would go on. And he would throw tantrums and even say to me when I go out of town to visit my family, don't come back. Those are the things that he would say. When I would go out of town on vacation or go to visit my family, he wouldn't keep communication open. Like, he would not text or call to see how I was doing. It was like I would have to be the one to call him and check on him. And if I did call or text, I wouldn't easily get a hold of him on the phone. And when I would come back from my visit out of town, I would notice that things would be different in the house. Like, all my pictures would be taken down off of the walls. And it's as if he was trying to pack up my things or trying to hide me from someone else. As if he had a visitor or had someone else over the house while I was gone. And he didn't want that person to see that I was living there with him. Those are the evidences of things that I would notice when I would come back from out of town. So that lets me know that His separation anxiety is so high that me going out of town for a couple days, 3, 4, 5 days, he has to go without his supply. And I'm his main supply. So don't ever mistake it and think that narcissists don't always have a backup. They have backup supply that you don't know about. And when I would go out of town is when he would reach for his backup supply until I returned. So understand that when you are dealing with a narcissist, not only do you have to deal with him cheating on you while you all are in a relationship together, but he also suffers from separation anxiety because you are his main supply. You are his or her main supply. And every time you separate from them, they start thinking in their mind about all of the wrong and deceit and cheating that they have done. And they're assuming that you are the same way. And that once you go out of town or you're away from them, you are going to either wake up and acknowledge what they have put you through and decide not to come back, or you are going out of town and you're going to cheat on them because they know they have treated you like crap. When in actuality, none of that is actually going on. But you have to do this talk with them as if you would your little son or your little daughter. When you have to separate from them, you have to have a talk with them to let them know and reassure them that you're coming back home and that you're not cheating and that everything is going to be okay. And they go through this temper tantrum every time you have to separate yourself from them. And once they separate from you and you're out of town, by the time you go out of town, they have found another supply to keep them occupied until you come back. And when you come back from your trip or your vacation, there's a possibility that they will be there to discard you because now they have moved on to the new supply. So I hope this video was able to help someone, because I wanted to break it down so you could understand that narcissists suffer from separation anxiety. And when you are their main supply and you have to separate yourself from them for whatever reason, if you have to go out of town on a business trip, if you have to go out of town to visit your family members, if they're not going with you, they are going to throw a tantrum every single time you leave them and go out of town and start a big fight with you before you leave. And you will be under all kind of accusations of cheating, of going to meet up with someone, when in actuality, none of that is what's happening. I hope this video is able to help someone. Click like, click share, click the notification bell so you can see the videos that are coming up in the future. Leave your comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. Until next time, this is Marie's Message 411 TV. Bye-bye.